heading up towards the Glenville area. Let's see if we can put the tracker. Actually, I want to zoom on out just a little bit over in this area to give us a little bit more of some cities in here where the system might be going. So if we track it out for you, again, it's going to be moving out to the northeast, as with all these storms are, very quickly right here. And we put a tracker on that. Looks like more if you're on the south side of the Glenville area, moving into your area, because that didn't pick up any cities right there. But we saw that most of this is probably going to be western areas here and southern areas of Fort Stewart. Hopefully not very non-populated, but it's going to be crossing or getting very close to the Glenville area. Now, if you're watching over here towards Ludowici, it's west of your region, so you're okay with this system right now. It's this storm right here. We'll put the rain going on there and show you that how much of a tremendous amount of rain and wind associated with this area as well. This is the storm. There's a tornado warning, that outlined red area. So including the city of Glenville, the Beards Creek region, right along US 25 right now, going through Glenville, especially on the south side of Glenville. That's the area which we need to be concerned about with a possible tornado. This is indicating the radar is indicating there's rotation into the clouds. Not exactly confirmed whether that rotation is making its way down to the ground or not, but we want to make sure that you're aware. If you know anybody here living on the south side of Glenville, near the Beards Creek area, tell them to get into their safe shelter, lowest level of your home, away from any windows. And you want as many walls in between you and the outside as possible as the system continues to make its way closer to your area. Again, we'll kind of take a little refresher. If you're just watching, tuning in, we do have a tornado warning in effect now for extreme western areas of Long County and southeastern areas here of the Tattnall County region, even including parts of the western areas of Liberty County, includes western areas of Fort Stewart right now. That's where the storm will be tracking up here, and it goes through 12:15. But these storms are moving very quickly out there right now. The strongest storms, besides that tornado warning, are down, moving through the Jessup area and then heading into parts of Pierce County, and that line will continue to make its way up into the area here throughout the afternoon. So we're going to be keeping our eyes on that. We're going to go back in and show you that we do have that tornado warning in effect. And as we go ahead and put the velocity on there, we're going to go ahead and show you exactly where we're looking at that potential tornado as we go into, it looks like it's right almost on the border here of Long County and into the Tattnall County area. And we'll go ahead and zoom on into this region here. Oh, let's go ahead and put a camera on that for you, and that'll allow us to zoom on in. And this is the region right here. There we go. We can zoom on in, which is, again, here's Tattnall County. This is Glenville, moving just south of, right along, it looks like where US 25 and 196 intersect, right near the Beards Creek area, south of the Glenville region. Now the latest update scan we just got here has kind of moved that system out here. And thankfully, from this scan right here, the rotation looking a little bit less likely right now. But we're going to continue to watch that. Let's see if we can put this on maybe from a different camera right now, as far as the radar, I should say, not camera, but the radar. We'll come out of Warner Robins, see if we can get a little better view of that rotation. Again, it's kind of on the end of the rotation right there into the Warner Robins radar as well. It's right on the edge of where the velocity is checking in right here, but it's right over near the Beards Creek area, which is showing up where we have that rotation in there, the possible tornado. So still, I would be concerned about that. If not, we're still going to see some very strong gusty winds, so prepare for that moving into that area. But the tornado warning still goes through 12:15. Cutter, are you hearing anything about anything? I'm going to send it over to Cutter Martin right now, who's over at the live desk. We're actually over in the First Alert Weather Center right now with a little bit more information on that.
Yeah, Dave, we do have an updated warning. The text with this warning, I'm going to go ahead and read it out to you from the National Weather Service. This says a severe squall line capable of producing both, and here's the interesting part, you don't get this text with every warning, yes. Both extensive yes. straight line winds and a tornado. So it's warned for two reasons. Number one, tornado warning because of the obvious rotation that we've been tracking for you here at WTOC, but also the extensive straight line wind damage, which still presents a hazard and a risk to anyone in the path. Glenville and Donald, both in the path of this tornado warned storm. And we're getting updates from the WTOC into the WTOC Weather Center from the National Weather Service, all of the offices in our area, and I'm both on my phone and here at the WTOC Weather Center, we do have, I'm going to go ahead and click back to a damage story that we had working. Storm report here out of Wayne County, Jessup, 11:43 a.m. Wayne County dispatcher on the scanner, dispatching both fire and potentially EMS here to Broadhurst Road for trees and power lines down. Chainsaws were requested in order to clear that damage. Also, Appling County Emergency Management Association, trees and power lines down at US 1 and Spring Branch Road, tree down on Pat Lewis Road and Falcon Drive, as well as Satilla Church Road. So obviously, countywide here, almost Appling County, trees, potentially lines down. Also, Alma, you know, if we have any viewers there, Bacon County faithful viewership, thank you for watching. First of all, Bacon County 911 dispatch reports numerous trees and power lines down in the city of Alma. The damage was, at least tree-wise, pretty extensive there. And basically, what I got to tell you is, here in the city of Savannah, let's prepare for the same sort of issues here. It's the same line of storms moving into an even increasingly favorable pattern for damaging winds. So I want to track this out for you now. We need to get the Savannah Metro thinking about this nasty line of storms moving into our area. And then heads up RBC, I hope Syria, Tim watching, this is headed for you. Well, let's plan 55 to 65 mile per hour wind gusts on Hilton Head Island. A possibility, may not happen that way, but it's enough of a possibility to where I want everyone who's watching at RBC right now, maybe streaming us, WTOC weather app, to prepare for that possibility. Hinesville 12:10, basically knocking on your door. Savannah 12:45 to 1. Hilton Head Island about 15 minutes past 1:20. Beaufort about 2 o'clock. Johns Island pushing towards the Charleston Metro. And we sent a push alert to the WTOC weather app letting you know that this line of storms is actually racing ahead of schedule, a bit ahead of the curve here, and its forward speed, part of the reason why winds are so strong. And embedded within this extensive straight line winds, we do have a tornado warning in effect. The occasionally, you get these little notches within the line that indicate rotation, and that is definitely, sorry, Priya, talking to our producer, Priya, who am I tossing to? Sorry, IFB may be going in and out. I think they needed me to toss to somebody.
Tim over at RBC, he's with the director.
Okay, so Tim Guidera is live at the RBC Heritage. We're going to throw it over to Tim with more information about preparations they're making on Hilton Head Island as this dangerous line of storms moves in. Tim, you all were talking on Mid Morning Live about how windy it was, and it appears you do have an update for us.
Yeah, it has only gotten windier as the hours have gone on. No rain yet, but we know that is coming. The PGA Tour and the tournament office have been monitoring the weather carefully. They have a plan in place, and for more on that, we want to go to Tournament Director Steve Wilmot. Steve, the plan is already in effect, isn't it?
Yes, we just at noon we implemented the evacuation plan. We've been working very closely with the PGA Tour, and as of right now, noon, you'll see signs. We're asking our spectators out of the bleachers and skyboxes, and unfortunately shutting things down. It's an imminent that it's coming. Unfortunately, when you have thousands of people like this, it's not like you can go away. So safety's first, always been a part of our plan, and and let's hopefully everybody uses common sense as well, because it's certainly, it's nice right now, a little breezy, but it's coming.
All right, so play continuing, asking the spectators to leave, asking if you have not left to come here today, please don't just yet, but there is a re-entry plan as well.
Yes, it all depends on the back end. I mean, we are shutting down anybody coming this way now, but all the buses will be heading out, all of our transportation heading out, and then we'll see what happens on the back end. This is a few hours earlier, but as you all know too, it's moving fast, but it's coming, and it's strong.
All right, well, Steve, thanks so much. Good luck to that. The golf is important, but we also know that the spectator safety comes first here. Fantastic. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Again, so if you have not left to come over to the RBC Heritage today, tournament office is asking that you do not do that. Later today, there will be notice about when the golf course will reopen. Those spectator pavilions out on 18 will not reopen today, though, because they have to be re-inspected before they can reopen. So we're live at Harbor Town. Tim Guider at WTOC News.
All right, thanks, Tim. And it's always a good idea if you're out and about to wherever you are, whether you're at the tournament or anywhere, Keep updated on the weather for free on the WTOC First Alert weather app. We have complete information there. You get all your warnings issued. Whenever there's a warning issued from the National Weather Service, you have your alerts turned on. You will get that wherever you are. The main area we're watching right now is going to be this tornado warning now going through 12:30 p.m. here for western areas of Long County, now extended into western areas of Liberty County. And it's with this line, the strongest of the line of the storms here, right over the Glenville area, then heading down into the Ludowici area. But we are looking at a little bit of rotation with that as it moved over into parts of western areas of Long County. So I'm going to go over to the velocity because that's where we're actually seeing some of that rotation right now. I'm going to switch it on over because it's kind of in between three radar areas right now, unfortunately, where this area is. We'll have to see which one shows us the best radar. I'm going to try to see if it comes out of the Charleston area, and that's what we're going to go with right now, coming out of Charleston. So let's go ahead and zoom on into this area right now, and we can see that we're seeing the reds and the greens right next to each other here, especially as we zoom on in right now. Kind of, it's just up there. We just got a new radar scan right here. And again, it's kind of moving here into the area north right now of the Ludowici area, kind of north and west of Ludowici and the Walltowerville area. It was moving here more towards the Beards Creek area, and it looks like this is going to contain some very strong winds, but I'm not seeing much in the way of a very strong couplet that would be producing a tornado. But a lot of times these spin-ups with all this wind in the atmosphere can really come together and get a brief little spin up there. But we're looking a little bit better here, but I just want to show you that some of the winds in here, if we can hopefully get that in here. Let me see if I can get that in here a little bit better into the velocity right now. I want to show you as far as the strength of some of those winds right there. So even though if we're not getting tornado spinning right there, this is still a severe thunderstorm with winds which have been gusting over 60 to 70 miles per hour with this line moving on through the area. That's winds which are going away from the radar right now at about 35 miles per hour. We got some more of the stronger winds kind of embedded with that band. So we can prepare for winds, even if it's not producing a tornado, 60 to 70 plus miles per hour as it heads up towards the Walltowerville area into the Hinesville region. Before we send it out over to Andrew, I want to put a little tracker on here just to give you a heads up right now as we kind of recenter this on where these storms are going to be going and a kind of a timeline for everybody who is not seeing any rain or thunderstorms right now, and you're wondering where is all this activity. Well, there it is right now. That's this line, and we're going to put a tracker on here for you. They're racing out to the northeast at about generally 45 to 50 miles per hour. So we'll put the tracker on here and see what we can do as far as any cities on here and kind of move it out to the northeast right here and put a time on there for you. So there's what we have going on. If it stays on that current trajectory timeline, it's going to be moving into Hinesville right about now, into Pooler 12:58, Richmond Hill 12:52, into the Savannah area just after that 1 o'clock hour, and then eventually moving up into Low Country in between that 1:30 to 2 o'clock hour. So that's what we're keeping our eyes on. We got the WTOC First Alert Storm Chaser out live right now with our meteorologist, Andrew Gorton. He's going to give us an update on what he is seeing where he is located. Andrew?
Yeah, Dave, we are right off of I-16 here with the WTOC Storm Chaser, southern Bullitt County. Now, the wind has really picked up. I've seen it go as high as about 30 miles an hour here, steady at probably 15 to 20. But the clouds are moving so fast. We've seen some lightning. We've seen not so much the heavy rain yet, but the dark clouds that are off to our south and west. You can see just over here, these clouds are moving very, very fast. Now, some of that strong wind that's up in the clouds is making it down toward the surface with some of these severe thunderstorms. There's a severe thunderstorm warning here at this time as well. Now, looking back off to the south, that's where we'd be looking toward that severe thunderstorm that has the tornado warning with it. Now, it is a little bit off there, and you haven't really seen any of the darkness with that because it is a little far off to the south. But what we're going to do is we're going to get back into the WTOC Storm Chaser, get some video of these storms, let you guys know exactly where the worst of these storms are from the ground, and let you guys continue back at the station doing a good job back there. But we're going to keep you updated out here in Bullitt County for now. We're going to get in to some of these storms here very soon. Keep you updated with all the data coming into the WTOC Storm Chaser. For live, we're going to get back in here, send it back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Andrew. You made some good points there talking about the clouds, and we're going to talk about cloud height and why the winds are so extensive today. I have a graphic and explainer, some viewers calling in asking that. But first, want to get to some damage reports. We have McIntosh County damage reported. 911 reports numerous trees down Roseville Road near Georgia 99. Again, that's not too far away from Darien. That is in the Meridian area. Also, just had a viewer call in saying they have no power. Apparently, Jessup has very little power, much of Wayne County, and that's the line of storms progressing north and eastward. So Savannah Metro, want to drive home again, this is coming our way. I cannot promise that the same sort of damage will be replicated, but we need to go ahead and prepare for that. The possibility is there. Reporting numerous trees and power lines down all across Jessup, much of Wayne County, and these storms are only getting stronger as they move north and east. And I want to talk about why. Again, we're going to get back to that track, but just to help you plan and prepare, winds are blowing 70, 80, 90, 100 miles per hour above our heads. So this is kind of a pseudo neighborhood here for you. Down at the surface, it's already windy. Winds gusting 40 to 50, more so 35 to 45, especially at the beaches, just because of the wind. But the damaging winds are suspended above our heads. And what happens is, normally it stays up there on a windy day. We don't have to worry about it. But with thunderstorms that are 40, 50,000 feet tall, the heavy rain within those tends to want to grab the winds that are above our heads. And it's kind of simple here. Just pull it down with the rain all the way to the surface, onto our roads, our neighborhoods, our trees, and our power lines. May not be on 100 miles per hour, but certainly stronger and certainly strong enough to cause damage. And this is actually a new update. National Weather Service office in Charleston has expanded, and I'm going to jump back over to radar. The severe thunderstorm warning, they're calling for wind gusts to 60 miles per hour, but I'm just going to go ahead and say wind gusts may exceed that pretty easily, up to 70 miles per hour or so, and this is across the metro. So new severe thunderstorm warning. This is in effect until 1:15 because of this nasty Boeing line of storms. We still have a tornado warning far northern, inland, northwestern Liberty County. That's north and west of Hinesville proper, but part of the Fort Stewart property. Also portions of Long County, portions of southern Evans County, but really now east of Claxton, pushing into northern Bryan County, southern Bullitt County. So Pembroke, Ellabelle, Black Creek, Hinesville, Fort Stewart, Riceboro. You're about to get slammed. Then southern Effingham County, then Pooler, Bloomingdale, Meldrum, Eden, Rincon in Effingham County, and then Fort Argyle Road, far western Chatham County, Bloomingdale, and the south side of the city of Savannah. You are next in line for this, and I want to go ahead and track it out. And I just got to say, if you're watching at home on a TV, if at all possible, charge your phone now while you still have some power, because by 12:10 you may be losing power, especially southern Bullitt County, basically now with that storm moving in. Savannah 12:45 to 1 easily could lose power. Go ahead, charge your devices. Hilton Head Island 1:15 to 1:30. We're going to be tracking strong damaging wind gusts. And you know what? I want to go ahead and if we could pull up sky cams, put it in a box, channel 2 sky cam, so that I can control this feed. And I'm willing to bet there is a crazy looking shelf cloud with this storm system. Dave, if you could put a west facing sky cam in channel 2, and we'll get a visual of this, because radar is awesome. It's nice. It's an amazing tool. But also we have to remember that we have visual tools in our viewers, you watching at home, a great resource for us, like the Jessup phone call I just took, letting us know exactly what you are seeing. Now, it looks like we may have an update here, and they have allowed the tornado warning to expire, but look at this giant severe thunderstorm warning. Only, again, it actually looks like portions of Glenn County under a tornado warning, technically out of our DMA, but I just want to touch base on this, letting you know Liberty, Tattnall, Evans County, no longer under a tornado warning. Now, they could easily reissue that, but for the time being, they have allowed that to expire. They have canceled Liberty, Long, Tattnall County out of that tornado warning, but far southern areas, including St. Simon's, tornado warning in effect until 1 p.m. Radar indicated tornado is moving through south and eastern Glenn County, Brunswick, the south of Darien. This does not include McIntosh County, but much of St. Simon's, not in our viewing area technically, but want to let you know that those folks down there do watch us, and want to let you know there is a tornado warning. You can still get the same forecast information in the WTOC weather app. So again, we have a west-facing sky cam there on the screen, and we're going to be watching that, and I'm willing to bet some really low, nasty, ominous clouds are about to move in. So tornado warning in our viewing area, there are none at the moment. This is still a dangerous situation. We're staying here. We will keep you updated, but right now I want to throw it to break here, and we'll reset our data, and we'll be back with the latest First Alert forecast tracking this nasty weather moving through the WTOC viewing area.